Aloha Shalom. This is the first quarter activation, and it's the first activation of year 2020. So what do I mean by first quarter activation? We're at the first quarter moon. So we had our new moon last week. That was the beginning, the initiation of this monthly cycle. So now we're 1 week in. And so first quarter activations are all about what did we just step into? What are we just feeling out? What lesson are we experiencing, about to go more deeply into? What tools are available to us right now? What is the challenge right now that's upon us that we're just getting into, that by the end of this monthly cycle is going to reveal to us the gift within it? Every challenge is a chariot. So what is the ascension that we're going to achieve through the challenge that we're just now stepping into? So aloha, shalom to everybody tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle a little bit to weave our energies together. Go ahead and look at your thoughts. What are the cyclical thoughts and feelings, frequencies you've been carrying with you? Maybe not just today, but maybe all year into this new one. What are those patterns of thought, of feeling that you've been carrying, that you've been holding? Can you just ask that those thoughts or feelings take a seat for a moment so that we can meet in a place of neutrality, in a place of timelessness? That place is the heart. It's outside of time and space, and it's where we meet as one. So drop into your heart. I'll meet you there because I am here now. We are here as one, here now. So all of your thoughts, the feelings that you're not yet ready to let go of, I'm not asking you to. I'm just asking you to ask them to take a seat right next to you for a moment, because they can't exist. Those thoughts and those feelings you've been carrying can't exist in the timelessness of the heart. There we're perfect, whole, one, unified. So if you want to meet me there, you've got to ask those thoughts to take a seat. Just for a moment, thoughts, I promise. You can come back in after if you want, because we're going to be transformed when we come back. When we come out of that heart portal, we're going to be different. And we'll see then how we're ready to reapproach those thoughts after this activation. So again, this is the first reading of 2020, the first collective activation reading. 1 week in to this monthly cycle. We had the new moon last week. We're 1 week in. What's something that we absolutely left behind in 2019? Whatever 2019 symbolizes to you, think outside of this Gregorian calendar. I'm just saying, what are we not only leaving behind from the previous cycle, but the previous cycle? What are we leaving behind? What is the current challenge as we bridge our energies from the past into the future of 2020? What is the ally, which is also perhaps a hidden fear that's waiting to be transformed into the ally? So how can we shift our perspective to understand that a fear that we have, however subconscious, can be looked at as an actual tool? I'm just going to start there. Okay. So the very first card, what we're leaving behind, not just leaving behind something that we were experiencing from the last cycle, but all of last year. What's something that we're really ready to let go of? And right away, what I can see is we're ready to let go of a vision of perfection, of this ultimate fulfillment and this need to manifest that perfection. The 10 of Pentacles is an ending, a new beginning, because it's a 10. It's a level of completion. And you can see there's a couple, and there's even the grandfather and the dogs and the child here. And this card symbolizes material prosperity for one and all. But we're letting go of that as our focus, because if you've been following these activations, you would have known then that this card came up a lot throughout all of last year. We had this goal, this vision of prosperity that we were striving to achieve. But now it's time to kind of loosen up a little bit. It's kind of time to laugh at our own plans. You know how they say we plan, God laughs? Well, it's time for us to laugh at ourselves, realizing that God is within. To let go and not wait for God to laugh at us, but to lighten up and laugh at ourselves. Okay, I had that plan. Here I am stepping into 2020, and I may have been feeling like, damn, it's the new year and I don't have what I really was striving to achieve. Or it's the new year and I have everything that I asked for. Either way, we'll find ourselves at this point of, okay, now what? And it's about realizing that the now is what? There's only the now. And we're alive right here, right now. It's not about the completion of anything. It's about understanding that we are complete in our incompleteness, because there's a part of us that's always whole and perfect, but that's not why we're here, because the part of us that's whole and perfect exists outside of this material plane. That part of us exists in a realm of perfection, in a spiritual realm, where there is no need for the body or the human experience. We're not here to achieve an end, completion, because life is eternal, right? We're here to keep going, to understand that we're constantly refining our vision of what prosperity even is, so long as we are in these bodies, on this earth. So we're understanding now that it's not about completion of this goal that we have to manifest this perfect house and perfect job and perfect little life here on earth. We're here to live right here, right now. We may have been strongly focused on this vision of fulfillment, vision of manifestation of our prosperity for ourselves and for our family. But now we're really leaving that behind, letting go of the need for perfection, and understanding that this 10 of Pentacles exists always, just as all the other cards do, inside of us. It exists always. We already have achieved this energy because there was nothing to do to achieve it. We are it. So we're ready to leave that behind. And the current challenge and gift, bridge to the future, is the Ace of Wands. So I say it like that because every challenge is a chariot. As we move through this archetypal energy that is before us, so this challenge will show up in everyone and everything, okay? It's the energy that's behind our reflection as we approach it in material form. So as we respond to this energy, the more conscious we are of it, and the more we express that conscious awareness through our response, the more we will alchemize and transform this challenge into the chariot to be able to ascend. The more we will approach the challenge from the right perspective to unlock that lock. It's like our conscious response is the key that unlocks these challenges, these doors. And I love that just came out. Unlocks the doors, because the Ace of Wands is all about that. Aces are initiations, new beginnings, and Wands is the suit of fire and spirit. So it's a new beginning on the spiritual path. It's an initiation on the spiritual path. But because we're on the material plane, we're in the material realm, it's going to be expressed through material situations. So maybe a new exciting job, but the point is excitement, passion, okay? Exciting job, new relationship, a pregnancy, a birth, but some huge new beginning that behind the material beginning is this spark, this new passion that we're feeling. That's the Ace of Wands. So the challenge might look like, I have this new opportunity before me, but I'm apprehensive. I'm afraid for one reason or another. I have the opportunity and it seems like I have everything I need to approach it, but the only thing holding me back is myself. Perhaps I've had this opportunity for a while now, but it's really starting to light a fire on my ass. Like I'm really starting to feel that the time is now more than ever. Not just because it's the new year, but because I'm feeling that collective energy that perhaps we are defining as the new year, the energy behind it. There's this huge wave of energy that we're experiencing right now, and it's time to ride that wave and use that inspiration, use that passion to finally say yes to that opportunity that has been calling our soul. So right now, the challenge in that would be lighting our own inner fire to prepare ourselves to meet the fire that is within that opportunity, to meet the fire and the passion that is within that opportunity so we can resonate with it, so we can say yes to it, so we can open up and receive it. If we don't light our inner flame, if we don't embody that inspiration, that zest for life, then we will, not only will we not attract those situations, even if we did attract them, we wouldn't be able to be open to them, to receive them at least fully. So again, it doesn't matter if the opportunity comes to you. If you aren't ready, it's not really much of an opportunity. So if you feel that flame and you feel that fire and you begin to open to it right now, when the opportunity approaches you, not only will you be ready, alert, and aware, saying, oh wow, I know this opportunity is coming to me because I asked for it. You will say, I'm also ready for it. Hell yeah, bring it on. And your spontaneity will be on point. You will not hesitate because you will be so clear and confident that you asked for that and that you're ready to receive it. And how can you begin to do this right now? Think of the things that you love. Think of the people that you love. Think on and feel anything that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel happy to be here right now. Anything that inspires your spirit. Play music, draw, paint, dance. Do anything of the fire element that gets you embodying creativity, spirit, those things that are associated with the fire element. Do creative things to get your spirit going. When you have that flame alit, it's always alit, but it's just about tuning into it. And when you do, all opportunities that reflect that will come your way. And then it won't be the challenge anymore. You'll have transformed it into the chariot, and you will begin to say yes to those new opportunities, which underneath it all, below the surface, they're not just initiations on the material plane, but below the surface, they're initiations in the spirit realm. They're going to help you get to new heights, help you expand that fire, that light within. And something that is a hidden fear that when we shift our perspective is transformed into our ally is the Tower. Okay, I love this reading. It's a simple 3-card reading, but simple but profound. So a 10, we had a 10, an Ace of Wands nonetheless, which is fire. It's the suit of spirit. And now a major arcana card. So this card is of the major arcanum. It's the Tower. And this is in the position of the hidden fear, which when we transform our perspective is our ally. It's our guide. Because when we transform our fear, we're unstoppable. So as the fearful aspect, the Tower would look like this. I'm afraid of change. I'm afraid that the rug will be pulled out from under me. I'm afraid that everything I've worked for will be for nothing. Let's transform that. You're afraid that everything you worked for will be for nothing, like it'll be taken from you, like the rug will be pulled out from under you. Well, let's look at that spiritually, logically. Everything that's for you will be yours. And what's not meant for you will fade away. And we should be thankful. And everything that we do, every little thought we have, every word we speak, and every action we take is full of purpose more than we know. Because if not consciously intentional by the human mind, you bet your ass it was intentional by the universal mind, because that mind knows what it's doing. Always in divine order, by natural law. So how can we be afraid that everything we've done was for nothing, that it'll just all be taken away? Well, you have to know that even if the rug is pulled out from under us and the direction in which we thought we were going is no more, it's all for the highest, always. And the highest involves more than just you. It's everyone around you, which means around the world and in the entire universe. There are pieces that we cannot even see. So why should we waste time now being afraid that the course is going to change? No, I've been working so hard to stay on this one little path. We should be so grateful when things are shaken up. Because if we can't shake things up for ourselves every now and then, Creator's going to have to do it. Because who wants to walk that narrow path? So boring. No. And so I want to give thanks ahead of time for Creator Source, Great Spirit, knowing what's best for me and doing whatever has to be done to set me on the right path, especially when it's not the one that I thought it would be. Shock my ass, bruh. Do it. Put me on a new path when I'm going in the wrong way, no matter how bad it hurts, because I'd rather it hurt now and be a miracle later, because I know hindsight is 20/20, and I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna give thanks. So I will take the temporary pain as a sacrifice, because I know that in the falling of the tower is the building of it, and an even better one more stable, because I've learned from my mistakes. You guys, that's how you read the tarot esoterically, is seeing the opposite within. And I love that we're talking about that with this card, because I pulled this as the fear, which is secretly the ally. So when you look at the tower, for example, look at the opposite, not the falling of it, but the building of it. Doesn't that feel right to you? That the opposite is always the thing that really needs to be considered? And it's not because one or the other is always the case. What about the whole in between? But at least if we see the falling and the coming together, at least if we see both ends of the spectrum, that encompasses all. Because the middle is implicit within the beginning and the end. So we can see all of the potential outcomes when we consider the beginning and end of the spectrum. So no, I'm not going to be afraid of anything being taken from me, because I trust in the higher power. Because I trust that even when I think I know so well where I'm headed or what I'm supposed to do, that at any moment things can change. And therein is revealed the truth of a real survivor, of a real strong being. Adaptability. Adaptability is key. It's not about how good you can stay on one little path or how much you can focus on one little point. Adaptability is key. So let go of your expectations. Again, the fearful side looks like, I'm afraid that everything I've been doing up until now is about to be gone. It's not going to matter anymore. I'm afraid that I'm stepping into unknown territory. New relationships have to start all over. Maybe a new job, maybe a new place of living. But hello, can't you see the blessing in that? Would you rather hold on to all those things even though they weren't really good for you anyway? No. So the blessing is very clear in that. Although you may be afraid of the unknown, why dwell on that and project a negative future and manifest that? Because if you're so busy being afraid, what aura are you maintaining? What frequency are you upholding? Instead, we can accept the reality of the situation that, yeah, shit's about to change. So I may as well embrace it. And know that whatever comes, I'm manifesting it right here, right now. And so I'm going to take the reins fully. I'm not going to pretend that I have no role in this. I'm not going to relinquish my creative right and gift. I'm not going to sit here upset that, oh, I have to let go of this bullshit that's not serving me. I'm going to be so damn excited that what is to come, however unknown right now, there is some deep ancient part of me that knows exactly what's on its way. And I'm going to begin to build the excitement and know that whatever it is, it's for the highest. That's always the truth. You cannot tell me otherwise. So why would you want to tell yourself otherwise? Would it hurt you? Would it be so bad? Even if some part of you thinks, oh, it's bullshit, this is some fluffy brainwashing. Would it be so bad to project a positive future? To have a positive thought about what's to come? I don't see how that's a bad thing. So whatever fear is in there, even if you thought, no, I don't have a fear of the new, I don't have a fear of things changing, I'm super adaptable, that's bullshit. Well, I'll have you know that it's not always, often isn't, a conscious fear. And this is for the collective. So although you may be perfect, there's someone in your life maybe who needs you to hear this or needs you to embody this. So hear me out. This fear could be, often is, deeply subconscious. Maybe from early on in this lifetime, maybe from lifetimes ago, who knows, who cares? The point is, this fear is like a thought program that is coattailing on all of your other thoughts so sneakily that when you turn to look, you don't see it. And what's more important than the fear is the neutralizing thought anyway. The opposite that lies hidden within the fear. So what I mean by that is, if we focus on the coming together of the tower, then we're getting ahead of the wave. Like, we're beating the game, okay? So before the tower even falls, we're seeing the construction of it. That prepares us here and now for whenever the tower does fall, we're already building the new one. We don't give a shit that it's even falling. It is obsolete. Don't matter. I am so busy being immersed in the future. This is a very Aquarian concept to wrap your heads around. And hey, Aquarius season is coming, so no better a time to prepare for the falling apart and coming together. So again, the neutralizing thought is what matters. So even if you feel you don't have a fear of not being adaptable enough, or you don't have a fear of change, then build upon your bravery for it. Build even further your adaptability. Cultivate even further your adaptability. I don't care about how little fear you have around this. We can always have more courage. We can always open up to more of the light of the virtue that is courage. Because light is infinite, and the ocean, the infinite ocean of light, is compassion. And within that ocean lives all the other virtues, one of them being bravery. So I don't care how brave you think you are. The more you embody it, the more often you embody it, the more you grow that light and cultivate it and allow that light to have a purpose, to move through your human body and be expressed through your senses, to be received by others. So you see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you think you already have this bravery, or you have this virtue of adaptability. It's what you do with it that matters. How are you using it? The archetypes are telling us right now that this one is at the forefront. It is the ally right now. It doesn't matter how little fear you think you have. We can always embody more of its opposite. And so if you think you're so brave and so adaptable, then even better. I'm calling on you right now, light workers. I'm calling on you right now, star seeds. I'm calling on you right now, you who believes that you are so brave. I believe it too. I believe that you are. I probably believe it more than you believe in yourself. I believe in you. And so I'm asking you, we're asking you right now, you're asking you to call in that bravery and call in that light more so than ever if you think you have it already, because those people who don't, we're all in this together. We're literally connected in every dimension. So there's no excuse. We can all do our part in this. If you're super brave, then wear that right now. Be that right now. Be extra for the people who can't, for the people who have no idea what's going on, for people who are suffering, who are in so much pain that they can't even perceive this information. I'm asking you to do it for them. For us, for one, because we are all one. So again, how can we do that? See the tower coming together before it even falls apart. What do I mean by that? Meditate on your adaptability. Feel your adaptability. Begin to embody and actualize your adaptability right now in your life, even in the smallest of ways, so that when the big shit hits the fan, you're already in that flow. You're already so adaptable. Even if you feel scared when that moment approaches, you're like, I can't lie to myself. I've been so adaptable every day, all day, in the little situations. What makes this big situation any different? Am I really going to fail myself now? No. I can't lie to myself. I will no longer deny myself. I will no longer deny that light from entering me and doing what it has to do. So that's how you can practically, in a practical way, use this right now. Don't wait for the rug to be pulled out from under you. Affirm your adaptability. Affirm your strength and your positivity, your ability to project positivity and see the light within the dark. So that when that big time comes, you cannot lie to yourself and say, I'm not brave. You talked all that shit, bruh. Talked all that shit. Now what? So practice right now. I'm not afraid of change. I'm super adaptable. Okay, show me what you got. Put your money where your mouth is. Be it now. Be it now. Be here now. So collectively, we're healing this fear of change, of the tower falling, because we are knowing before it even falls that the opposite lies hidden within. And if and when that tower falls, if and when we lose that job, if and when we lose that relationship, if and when we are shown a completely different path and the one that we thought we were so meant to walk crumbles and burns away, oh well, I know I'm adaptable and I'll get through it. And I can't lie to myself. I know my power. So we're not going to wait for that explosion. We're not going to wait for everything to fall apart, because then we're just bringing it about even faster. Don't you worry. Shit will fall apart. Shit will hit the fan. The tower will fall exactly when it's meant to. You don't need to sit there stressing about it, worrying about it, playing God like you're trying to manifest it. Chill out, bro. It's a part of the wheel. That's why it's a tarot card. It's a part of the story. It's a part of the deck. It will happen. God deals the cards. We don't have to. It's effortless. We just decide what we want to do with those energies as the cards are dealt. That's how we participate in the creative process. That's how we find our place in the wheel of life. So again, don't sit there waiting for it to happen or unnecessarily making it happen faster. Like, I might as well just do this now because, man. Like, no, just trust that it's going to happen in the perfect timing and that you'll be prepared to deal with it when it does. And that not all will be lost when it happens, because you're practicing adaptability and surrender right here, right now, each moment. And that wraps up this activation reading, you guys. This was a very powerful reading. We had a 10. 10s are endings and new beginnings. We have an ace, which is an initiation of fire, no less. The suit of wands, which is spirit. And then we have the tower, a major arcanum card. Super powerful. 10 ace major arcanum. Super powerful first reading for 2020. And we're ending with 21 viewers, it looks like here. So that's pretty cool. So first activation of the year. Also first quarter activation, which means we're only 1 week into the cycle. So don't forget that we still have a reading every week. So next week is going to be the full moon activation, which is kind of the point in the cycle where we see the whole picture. Okay, now we have all of the details. So right now it's not about making decisions, unless your intuition tells you to. Screw what I'm saying. Intuition trumps all. But a week from now will be more of a time where we're naturally guided to make decisions because we don't have all of the information yet. The full moon is reflecting the fullness of the picture. So it's like, okay, this is the time where we have the fullest light. The moon is just reflecting what's happening in all of nature, the light behind it. And so it's saying, okay, now we have all the details. And then from the time of the full moon, which is next week, to the following week, that will be a period of integration. We'll have all of our information next week. Then we will decide what we want to do with it over the course of the following week. And at the end of that week, we'll have the final quarter activation wrapping up this cycle and beginning the next one. This is just a little information about these readings for those of you who haven't been following, or for those of you who have and have been a little unclear about why we do them every week. It's because there are 4 quarters to every cycle, and the moon is a fantastic measurement of time when we're considering the 4 quarters, right? And so right now, first quarter, 1 week in, just stepping in, don't stress about it. Next week, we'll have the full picture, and we'll be ready to decide what to do with all of this information, with all these lessons, and with all these gifts that we're just now beginning to step into and receive. Happy 2020. Aloha. Shalom. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Shabbat. Peace.